example number 1 says suppose that y changes proportionally with x and that the rate of change is 3. If y is equal to 2 when x is equal to 0, find the equation relating y to x. Now, I think the important part that you realize here when you're working with problems like this, anytime you're working with slope, is that slope discusses how one variable changes with respect to another. So it's really important. I know you guys have probably went through and you just calculated slope and you've thought about it as the steepness of a line, okay? But slope can be thought of as how one variable changes as another changes. Meaning, how does y change? How does it change? I should say it like this. I'll write it like this. How does a change in x lead to the change in y? What change, if we change x by a little bit, how does that impact y? Okay? So for example, in this problem right here, we've got a situation where the change in y is 3 for every one change in x. Okay, so as x changes by 1 unit, y changes by 3 units. Okay, that's the idea of slope. All right, so what we're looking at is our equation is y is equal to the change in y over the change in x times x plus b. Okay, and so y will be equal to 3x plus, now the b value is the intercept when x is 0, which we know is 2. So this is writing equations 101. Okay, so there's nothing complicated here. But now here's the thing that you need to get out of this. This 3 represents the rate of change of y with respect to x. So here's what I mean. Let's say when x is 0, we know that y is 2, right? If we go ahead and we plug in 0 here for x, we have y is equal to 3 times 0 plus 2, and we get y is equal to 2. Now watch. Let's say x changes by 1 unit. So we increase x by 1. What happens? How does y change? So the change over here, guys, the change in x was 1. We increased x by 1 unit. Now let's see how y changes. So what is the change in y? That's what we're looking for. Okay? Now watch. If we go ahead and we plug that in, we've got y is equal to 3 times 1 plus 2. So y is equal to 3 plus 2, or 5. So y went up to 5 from 2. So the change in y was 3. And so a change in x of 1 unit leads to a change in y of 3 units. And this right here is our rate of change. Okay, it's that easy. So whenever you see a linear function, let's say we've got a linear function that looks like this. I don't know, y is equal to negative 2/3 x plus 7. What we know here is that as x changes by 3 units, y changes by negative 2 units. Watch, I'll give you another example. It's easiest just to start out when x is equal to 0. So when x is 0, y is just the intercept. Y is 7. And this, now I just made up this equation, guys. It didn't come from anywhere, okay? Now let's change x by the denominator amount. Let's change x by 3. So let's let the change of x be 3. So x is going to go from 0 to 3. And we increase by 3. Now watch what happens to y. We're going to go from 7 to what? Now watch. We have y is equal to negative 2/3 times the x value is 3 plus 7. So y is equal to negative 2/3 times 3 is negative 2 plus 7. So y is equal to 5. The change in x was 3 because we went from 0 to 3. The change in y is 7 to 5. So the change in y is negative 2 units. Okay, so the slope, the interesting thing is if you start thinking about slope as the relationship between the x variable and the y variable, when you start looking at equations and stuff, it makes a little bit more sense as far as, okay, if we manipulate x by this little amount, how is it going to change y? Notice that the intercept never has any impact on the y except for its initial value. After that, the only thing that impacts the y, the only thing that can change the y, is the x variable.